Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Excuse me. Thank you all for tuning in, family, sharing some of your very valuable time. I really do appreciate you. And I pray that these brief words find you and your loved ones in the best of your health, the best of your wellness, right? The best of your life. And I do pray that it is on purpose because life is on purpose. And when we are leading a purposeful life, we are truly leading a blessed life. And I just wanted to come and talk about a therapy that we have here at Supreme Health and Wellness and going into the science of how to heal, right? Because we all can see and go through something, ups and downs, bruises, bumps, scrapes, colds, viruses, bacterias, eat something, eat the wrong thing. It's many things that can create an imbalance, right? When you move regularly, when you just going about your regular day, we have in fact created an imbalance because this is dealing with the positive feedback loop. When you do something and you push yourself away from homeostasis, right? And as the further we get away and the longer we stay away, the negative feedback loop kicks in and we get signals from the body letting us know that, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that to bring us back into homeostasis, right? And the key ingredient to bringing us back to homeostasis is one word. Look, the key ingredient to bringing us back back to homeostasis, rest. REST. Now look, remember the things, positive feedback loop, these are the things that we do that push us away from homeostasis, right? Moving, talking, eating, going to work, right? All of these things push us, so even some of our thoughts, right? The negative feedback loop are the things that we do to bring us back. So we have two main gears, right? When we're looking, we have fight, flight, action, right? This is the sympathetic nervous system. Then we have rest and digest, right? Which is the parasympathetic nervous system. Homeostasis is the balance between these two actions. And so when we are looking at homeostasis, this is the balance between rest and digest. And it's the balance between the fight and flight action, the sympathetic nervous system, and rest and digest, the parasympathetic nervous system. This is what homeostasis is a balance between. We create both of these. We set the stage for both of these actions by the things that we do, right? So as you look, fight or flight or action, it doesn't have to be anything negative. It's our regular life. This gear, rest and digest. See, we have to set this stage for the body to rest, for it to digest, for it to settle down and to recover, repair, rejuvenate, regenerate, and all of those good things that we hear the body is created to do. It happens in this gear. Now, if you look, right, those that chase wealth, just to give an example, because we got to understand how to heal, family. We do. This is the nervous system. So when we're looking at that central nervous system and how we control the body, right? That's your The central nervous system is simply your brain and your spinal column. Your brain is your control center. Your spinal column is how you carry out and manifest those controls. This is what connects your brain to your body so you can move it to do whatever you wanted to do. But we have to give it rest and digest. We have to set this gear. We have to let the body go through homeostasis and get that balance. See, when you can't, when you get stuck over here, look, when you get stuck over here, this is the sickness. This is the dis-ease, right? This is that comorbidity. This is that pre-existing condition. This is what makes your body weak, right? This is what makes you, this is where aging is at, growing old. All of this stuff is over here. All of that is when you keep your body here. So you hear people say, rich people, successful people, they only sleep a couple hours a day, 2 to 4 hours a day, right? So we have 24 hours in the day, right? You got 24 hours in the day. Rest and digest requires 6 to 8. So if you remove 6 to 8 hours out of 24, that's more than enough for you to do whatever you have to do and still be successful. You have to be able to devote 6 to 8 hours out of your day for you and your body to achieve homeostasis, for you to shift your body into the parasympathetic nervous system gear so your body can rest and digest. We have to. If not, listen, you don't have to. Let me take that back. You don't have to. If you don't, over here is all of those things: disease, sickness, growing old, comorbidities, pre-existing conditions. Because you never allow your body to achieve homeostasis. You never allow your body to rest and digest. So over here is the grinding. See, the hustling, right? That all of that stuff that you hear about, just go, 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 go. And then all of a sudden they look up and they have organ failures, tissue failures, cellular failures. They're having all the type of these age-related problems. But this is only because you significantly age yourself if you don't go through homeostasis. This is every day. See, when you get stuck over here and you don't go to rest and digest, we have in the body, we got natural actions, right? So we have what's called the circadian rhythm, okay? So in our bodies, we have what is called the circadian rhythm, right? This is what connects us to the universe. Okay, if you see this piece of tissue right here, this little, look like the bird's beak, right? That's the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Suprachiasmatic nucleus, okay? That's the suprachiasmatic nucleus. When you hear about the biological clock, that's it right there. That's it. So if you've ever heard about that biological clock, that's it right there, the suprachiasmatic nucleus. And it's what governs the circadian rhythm, right? And that's the basically it's the balance between day and night, right? So during the daytime, you're up, you're active, you're moving of all life. All life is up, it's moving, it's active, the birds, the bees, right? During the nighttime, you hear the crickets and the frogs croaking, the nocturnal. It's only a few nocturnal animals, and human beings are not one of them. Listen, it's only a few nocturnal animals, and we aren't one of them, because the nocturnal animals, they usually have the features, the physical features that allow them to be nocturnal animals, which they can see in the dark, they can hear in the dark, right? Things like moles and things like that. So they travel differently, right? They're built differently anatomically. We aren't that. We have the circadian rhythm, which is the balance between night and day. So when our eyes, right? When our eyes, when your eyes, that light is carried into the brain through the signal. This is our optical nerves right here, right? So when that signal, when the sun sets, begins to set, and our eyes sense that darkness, boom, that signal is projected to the suprachiasmatic nucleus, is projected down here, right, to a group of nerve bundles right here, and then it's projected up to the pineal gland, and it activates the pineal gland to start to produce melatonin, right? So as the sun sets, right, the pineal gland is activated, right? This in turn produces the body to produce the pineal gland to produce melatonin, and you start to be induced into sleep. You start to yawn. You start to get tired. This is what sets the gear for rest and digest. See, your body is physically, your anatomy, your physiology. This is your anatomy is the parts, the physiology is the function and the movement of those parts. So as our physiology is starting to work and activate, this is the natural process. So that circadian rhythm, this is our biological clock. When that sun starts to set, that pineal gland becomes innervated, right? When the pineal gland becomes innervated, it starts to produce melatonin. This starts to get us into sleep. And that sets the turn for the rest and digest of our parasympathetic nervous system. So, and we enter into the gear, but listen, this is the gear. Listen, this is the gear for healing. See, this is the speed for healing. We hear about this healing process, right? You hear all kind of people, doctors and practitioners, holistic practitioners, healthcare professionals. They talk about the process. You can't even get into the healing process if you don't get into the rest and digest gear, right? Because when you are moving, it doesn't matter what you are doing. When you are moving, you are creating or using energy. Your blood pressure naturally raises to support your movement. Your heartbeat goes up, your breathing is faster, your cells, we have striated muscles, right? The action in those cells happens in the mitochondria, which produces the energy. But as it's creating or producing energy, it's also creating waste. Your body has to remove that waste. This is a process that your body has to recover from, even if nothing is wrong with you, especially is up, nothing is wrong with you. This is a day-to-day process. When you don't do this, see now when you don't get that good, nice rest every day, now you start to accumulate damage. Now your cells didn't have a chance to eliminate the waste. They didn't have a chance to repair, rejuvenate, regenerate. So you didn't get healthier. You didn't grow stronger. You woke up weaker when you were supposed to wake up healthier and stronger. You woke up weaker and powerless. See, this is a cycle that we can break. We can break. See, we got some science, family. I'm not just saying this to say this is bad news. No, you don't need to eat nothing. You don't need to drink nothing. You won't have, you got to buy the book. You have to buy the book. But once you buy the book, then the only thing you have to do is to do what's in the book. Let me show you real quick, because we had the solution. Remember, the science is how to heal, right? So, number one, we teach you how to prepare your environment. This is the first thing we do. We teach you how to prepare your environment. Why is this? Because we live in an environment. Right? So we live in a physical environment. There's skin dander, air pollution, dust mites, right? Toxic heavy metals and smoke, cigarette smoke, exhaust that's in the air, right? That are dangerous and harmful to us. Sometimes we can't get away. So we learn to create our own environment. Listen, sometimes we can't get away. So we learn how to create our own environment. So the step one is to prepare your environment, right? They have something called negative ions, right? And this is similar to an antioxidant. These are molecules, atoms, molecules that have extra electrons. Now, the number one way that you get negative ions, can you see that steam rising up? Okay, so if I take the top and you can see the water shooting up, right? When water crashes on itself, what it does to the atoms of air, of oxygen, it fractionates them and it causes them to gain electrons, turning them into negative ions. In science, negative is good, positive is bad. Air pollution, the cigarette smoke, things like that will be considered positive ions. Negative ions are healthy atoms with extra electrons similar to antioxidants. So we teach how to prepare the environment using a diffuser, and by adding essential oils to it, we just improve the environment. So that's step one in the book, right? This is in the book. Step one is to prepare your environment. And as you see, those molecules being dispersed out of the diffuser. Two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So as these molecules are being dispersed, they displace what's already previous there. And just as you see my hand moving away, the atoms that's already previously in this particular room, they are being displaced by these molecules. Man, and these, I'm turning them into negative ions. So as these are being dispersed through my atmosphere, woo-wee, Man. So now, and this takes us right to number two. Number two is prepare the mind. Woo! See, so the second step is to prepare the mind. You did, because the mind is where is the control center. Remember, we looked at the central nervous system. That's your brain and your spinal column. This is the control center. So we have to set the stage for what's ready to happen, because remember, life is on purpose. So we have to set the agenda. Just like we know what we are going to do throughout our day, we know what we're going to go, we know what we're going to wear, we know what we plan. Most of us, we're built like this to plan before we do, right? Getting rest is no different. See, because the objective is to wake up healed. The objective is to wake up healthier. The objective is to wake up stronger. See, it's called the wow factor. Listen, the wow factor. It's an acronym that stands for creating your womb of wellness. Take one wow factor every 24 hours for healing and health. It's a prescription. So when you wake up and have your bread to rise, you will say, wow, I feel great. Wow, I feel great. Woo! So we teach you how to prepare the mind, because one of the things that interfere is the mind, right? We could be physically tired, man. The body could be drained. You can't even lift it up, but your mind can be so active, it interferes with you being able to get rest, right? And so we teach how to prepare the mind, right? We have different actions and activities to teach you how to create the purposeful mind for rest and healing. So, and that takes us right to number three. Prepare the body. Woo! Because naturally, this is our vehicle. We're in it. We want the body to heal. So we want to prepare it. We already started with creating this environment, a healthy environment. We settled the mind, got the mind focused and determined, right? All of the action happens in the body. That's where the waste is at. The CO2, the food we ate, the beverages we drank, the thoughts, the hormones we produce, it's in the bloodstream, it's in the veins, it's in the fabric of the striated muscles. You are what you eat. So we want to prepare the body, because we want, once we put it in the womb, we want it to get to work. See, healing, listen, healing, right? It needs two things. Healing needs two things. It needs time, right? And it needs opportunity. We hear about the healing process. This process needs time. It's a process. So in order for a process to function or to be successful, of course, it needs time. And then it needs opportunity. So when we prepare our environment, when we prepare our mind, when we prepare the body, we are giving and setting the stage, not just to give the body time and opportunity, but we want to maximize. Listen, we want to maximize this natural healing process. You dig? So we can go ahead and get into it. And man, when you wake up, wow. When was the last time you woke up and said, wow, I feel great? Right? So, and this takes us into this fourth stage, which is to prepare the womb, right? To prepare the womb. See, we got to understand when we talked about that circadian rhythm, right? That melatonin is produced through darkness. It's called the darkness hormone, right? So melatonin is they call it the darkness hormone, right? Because that's when it comes. Okay, so what happens if there's light present when it's supposed to be dark? See, when there's light present and it's supposed to be dark, the pineal gland stops producing melatonin because it only produces melatonin in the darkness. So if we have light, an artificial light source, even that little red light that's on your TV and that says it's plugged up, or blue or green, or your light on your phone, any amount of artificial light that the body can sense, and it's a great receptor, really, trust me, right? If it any part of your, it doesn't have to be your eyes. We can sense darkness, right? It will stop your body from producing melatonin, and it will now start to produce cortisol to awake you. Just like right now. Okay, right now. let's do the scientific experiment right now, right? I'm delivering this video at night. In the hour that is presently I'm doing it, it's late enough that I should have already been in my sleep cycle. So now, once my body sensed my circadian rhythm was starting to want to make me go to bed and want my pineal gland to produce melatonin, right? And I'm keeping myself up. Now my body uses cortisol and adrenaline to keep you up. That's what it uses to wake you up, the cortisol awakening response, right? The body uses cortisol for stress, cortisol for fear, cortisol to wake you up, cortisol to keep you up. But it's also, and that's the danger, cortisol is also the stress hormone. So, and I'm saying this because you, even if you put yourself to sleep, but you have light, your body will not produce melatonin because it produces melatonin in the darkness. It's now producing cortisol because it thinks it's daytime. So it's going to produce cortisol to wake you up and to keep you up. So now you are in a chemical battle. Listen, now you are in a chemical battle between your body, where it's you're wanting to go to you should be going to sleep, but because either you have the light on or you're keeping yourself up, your body is producing cortisol to keep you up in that state. This is the stress hormone, and it becomes dangerous. And if we do this every day, oh man, we are accumulating metabolic damage. We are accumulating metabolic stress, and the cells will never recover. We don't give them the time to recover. We don't give them the time to repair and regenerate and rejuvenate. So now we are growing old. we are growing sick. We are growing weaker. And eventually, the body will not be able to support our life, and we will have caused our premature death. So we show you how to prepare your womb, right? How to put the position if you lay wrong, right? When you do your blood pressure, when you monitor your blood pressure, you have to be in a certain position. When you monitor your blood pressure, you have to be in a certain position or you won't get a correct reading, because if you're not sitting right or laying right, your blood pressure will be inhibited. And usually it will be on the high side, right? Crossing your legs, having your arms in the wrong position when you're laying, these will interfere with your circulation. We need your circulation to be functioning properly in order for your body to use that highway to heal. This is how things are circulated. Those stem cells, those human growth hormones, autophagy, apoptosis, meiosis, mitosis, everything that your body needs, the hormones, these are circulated throughout the body. Your immune cells, right? So we need our circulation flowing perfectly. This is a part of preparing the womb, right? And the fifth step is, look, the fifth step is easy. Look, once you prepared your environment, right? You prepared your mind, you prepared your body, you prepared your womb. Now, you rest and awake, right? And say, wow. Listen. Look, this is what's left. Listen, 5 easy steps, man. Come on, family. How to heal. You ain't bought nothing, drank nothing, eaten nothing. You can fast and not eat 1 meal a day. You ain't buying no supplements. You ain't ordering no exotic wild foods. You are using your anatomy and your physiology and your mind to heal yourself. Listen, recap, right? Before we go. Prepare your environment, right? This is what's in the book, where they say what's in the book, right? Prepare your environment, prepare your mind, prepare your body, prepare your womb, rest, awake, and you say, wow. You don't need no coffee. You don't need no water. Your body is ready to go. You ain't got to do no pep talk. Listen, your body will be ready to go. And then now, every day that you do it, when you repeat the process, eventually you will have solved what's wrong with you. Your body's on a mission to do that. When you give it the time and opportunity, eventually it will complete the healing process. Bones don't stay broken forever. Cuts don't stay open forever. Your body is designed to heal itself, right? Then once you get healed, you get healthier. Woo! Once you get healthier, you get stronger. Man, see, once them cells get stronger, now they going younger, man. And once you get younger, now you can enjoy abundant life. My gift to you, family. Listen, thank you all for tuning in. I'm your brother, Sean Ali. Here is Supreme Health and Wellness by Sean Ali. Listen, I don't care what nobody says. It's your body, it's your life. You've moved it your whole life thus far. Moving it wherever you gotta go, and it being whatever you want it to be should be just as fun and easy as it was what you've done previously. In fact, it should be more, because you should be more efficient at moving yourself right now. You've done it your whole life. Let me show you how to get you to where you need to be if you're stuck. If you know somebody that needs help, Supreme Health and Wellness by Sean Ali. Family, thank you all for tuning in. Remember, carpe diem, seize your day, conquer your day, create your heaven, set yourself in it at once. That is all up to you. Family, thank you all for tuning in. I leave you in the spirit of love, peace, and happiness in God. In some words of peace, I say, Namaste Hotel. Power to the people. Salam alaikum. Peace.